Cruise news time. Well, Royal Caribbean, not to be outdone by our friends at Carnival, said, hey, we're having the best week ever, too. How about that? Let me tell you about that. P&O Cruise Line in the UK not having their best week ever, canceling 7 sailings on the cruise ship Arcadia because of crew issues. And Margaritaville at sea, cheeseburger in paradise and all of that parrot head jazz. Well, they're not ready to go cruising. They got issues. And we're not talking about collecting comic books. Cruise news! Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news updates. Welcome to Saturday. Welcome to April the 9th, 2022. And welcome to a sea day. That's right. I am on day 6 or day 7. I don't know what day it is. It's the last day. How about that? It's the last day of my cruise on the Norwegian Dawn. It's still a little early in the morning, so I'm trying not to be too loud because I'm here in my cabin. But yeah, I'm just looking over here at the sea. And the cruise blues are knocking at the door like, hey, tomorrow you're going to be back on dry land, big boy. What's going to happen then? Who knows? But I do get to see my beautiful wife, Jenny, which I'm excited about. And this cruise, you may be wondering how it was. It may have been a perfect cruise. If Jenny would have been here, I would easily say this is close to a perfect cruise. I'm going to talk more about it later on down the road when I can get home and mess with it. I got so much good footage with this new Insta360 camera. I just don't know how to edit any of it. I've been messing around with it a little bit. I've been able to make some films where I look very Picasso-esque, all distorted and stuff, but I haven't figured out how to export. So I don't know what I'm big. Cheeseburger and pear. I don't even know that song. I haven't even had any caffeine yet this morning, guys. What is going on? Holy moly, I'm so excited. Cruise news. That's what we're here to talk about. Cruise news. Royal Caribbean, the Royal Caribbean blog has reported that Royal Caribbean has made a statement yesterday, I believe it was, saying, hey, we had our best week ever also. We're talking about the last few days of March going into April. We're talking about the same week that the CDC had dropped the travel warning. And boom, Royal Caribbean had their best single booking day ever and their best booking week ever. How about that? It goes to show you there had to be a lot of casual people out there that were paying close attention to that CDC warning saying don't cruise at all. And then when that warning went away, bada boom, bada bing, we're ready to go cruising. So that's exciting. Again, we have the 2 largest cruise brands in the world coming out going, look, we had record-breaking weeks, and that bodes well. Now, yesterday in the show, I talked about the Koningsdam being the first cruise ship to go cruising in Canada. Well, they're ending in Canada. They're going to Victoria today and Vancouver tomorrow. And then I think I said that they would be hanging out in Vancouver waiting to do Alaska. That was incorrect. They're not going to be just hanging out in Vancouver waiting to go to Alaska. They're doing some cruises to Hawaii. So from Vancouver to Hawaii. But regardless, the big point of the story yesterday is that cruising is back, baby, for our friends up north. For our Canadian friends, Victoria will receive her first cruise ship today after more than 900 days. Yowza kajowza, 900 days. So that's exciting. And then a lot of good reports coming out of Australia that we will have some cruising in the next couple months there. So big shout out to everybody from the land of Oz, to all of our friends from New Zealand, still waiting to cruise. And I know there's some Asian cruising that still needs to start for us. But yeah, we're getting there. How about that? Let me show you this. Notice of a time change. There's no time change. The show's still coming out at 12:15, but I lost an hour. I felt so excited that they gave me an hour at the beginning of the week, and they took it away. It's that cruise life, baby. What are you going to do? Cruise news story number 2. Cruise news story number 2. Let's talk about P&O UK. What was the cruise ship? The cruise ship is the Arcadia, and they've canceled 7 cruises because they need to reassign crew members from the Arcadia to other cruise ships around the fleet to deal with the rising COVID numbers in the UK. It's hitting the crew members on the cruise ships, and while the crew member cases may not be spiking up, these quarantine scenarios, exposure scenarios, all of that stuff, they're having a challenge moving crew members, or having enough crew members, as it were, to make sure that they can have all of their ships in service, including the Arcadia. And look, the Arcadia has been up and running for about 2 weeks, or close to 2 weeks. That's done. They're shutting all that down. The future cruises, they're not going to come back till early July. They're going to take those crew members and reassign them to other P&O cruise ships so that they continue to provide the high level of service that P&O customers have come to enjoy. How about that? And so, yeah, that's it's a bummer for sure, but it's the world that we're living in, and so we see the balance, the balancing act that the cruise lines have to do to make sure that they got enough staff on the cruise ships, and unfortunately, that means it's cancellation date for some fine folks that were going to sail on the Arcadia. Were you canceled? Leave a comment below. Another thing that I saw talked about this week in the cruise stratosphere, in the cruise news area, my friend Don Terrace talked about self-service buffets, the tongs, returning to Royal Caribbean. I just wanted to say that Carnival's had it all along, and then Norwegian's had it all along. So on this cruise, I've been self-serving. So self-service is back, baby. We're back to self-service on Royal Carnival, Norwegian. I know some of the other cruise lines still haven't gotten back to self-service, but the cruise lines that are going to be servicing the bulk of the cruising passengers are letting people tong it up, and it's been a pretty good week. I haven't seen any egregious offenses. I've eaten at the buffet quite a bit, and I haven't seen any egregious offenses of people sticking their hands in the food or anything like that. So that's been pretty cool. What else? Let me ask you this: is there a song that whenever you hear it, you just got to stop and listen to it? It happened to me last night. I'll just roll the clip. My people are from West Virginia. I don't know if that's why it hits me like that, or if this song is just so universally good that it hits you right in the feels. But Country Road, Take Me Home. Yeah, they were doing a John Denver tribute, and I left the show and I was making my way to dinner at La Cucina. You want to see some of my food? La Cucina. And as I started to walk down the stairway, boom. Country road, take me home to the place where I belong. Do y'all sing along? All right. So yeah, and you want to hear some La Cucina? So on Norwegian. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be all over the place. We still have one more big cruise news story about Margaritaville. But yeah, 2 specialty dinings when you book with NCL, part of their free at sea deal. And so I used one of them at the Mexican place, Los Lobos. La Bamba. Los Lobos, not the same thing. It's not named after the band. I did Los Lobos one night, and then I did La Cucina last night. This was good. Again, I'm working through a whole weight loss journey thing. And look, shameless plug here. If you want to see all of the food that I've been eating on the cruise and how it's impacted my weight loss journey, go check out the YouTube channel Have to Lose. I've been doing a daily upload over there chronicling all the food, but this isn't that. I just want to show you what I had last night at La Cucina. First, I had the burrata caprese salad. Big ol' burrata mozzarella cheese. Is it the same kind of cheese? Is burrata mozzarella? I don't know, but burrata. And that's the big cheese part there. And then heirloom tomatoes. Delish. And then interesting scenario on the specialty dining. You couldn't have a pizza and a main entree. I kind of wanted to try their pizza there so I could talk about pizza, and I said I would like the pizza and I would like the filet, and the guy's like, oh, you can't have both, and I'm like, okay, well, I think I would like to have the pizza, and he was like, oh, you really should have the filet. So I still didn't have the pizza, but the filet, I had the filet. It was pretty good. So it was a filet with peppercorn sauce and blue cheese ravioli. But I did eat it. It was delicious, but I kind of wish I had tried the pizza. I wanted the prosciutto and arugula pizza. And then, of course, you can't go Italian without trying the tiramisu. Tiramisu is really good. Finally, like, we've been to a few restaurants on cruise ships where the tiramisu's like in a dish. This is legit tiramisu. This was pretty delicious. Have you ever eaten at La Cucina on an NCL ship? Do you like it? I was going to do sushi. I haven't done sushi yet, but I'm out of specialty dinings. All right, let me tell you all about Margarita at Sea. But before I get there, let me quickly invite you to subscribe if you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruising. I don't want the jazz hand faithful to be mad. Cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. And look, I'm just a boy with a dream. I'm trying to get to 1 million subscribers this year, and we got a ways to go. I mean, I'm a realist. We got a ways to go, but you could be a part of that number. Be a part of the first 18 million. Don't miss out on your spot. Subscribe, notification bell on. Thank you in advance. All right, Margaritaville, my friend John Clayco of The Ship Show. Make sure you go check out The Ship Show. He was fired up. He was fired up because he was going to be on the inaugural sailing of the newly rebranded Bahamas Paradise, now Margaritaville at Sea. Bahamas Paradise, the little cruise line that could. They buy older cruise ships, they repurpose them, they take them down from West Palm Beach down to the Bahamas, Freeport, Bahamas. They lost one of their ships during the shutdown, but they still have the old Grand Classica, and now it's going to be rebranded for Margaritaville at Sea, and they were getting ready to go sailing for the first time. Well, they canceled it. They sent my friend John a cancellation letter, and he sent me a message, bummed out. That cruise was supposed to happen toward the end of April. Well, now the inaugural sailing of Margaritaville at Sea has been moved to May the 14th, and they're citing global supply chain issues. How about that? Margaritaville put on hold because they're out there looking for their lost shaker of salt. Mic drop. Thank you. Thank you. I think my work is done here. Oh, that joke just writes itself. Looking for my lost shaker of salt. Some people complain that there's a woman to blame, but it's the global supply chain's fault. You know what I'm saying? Woo! But that's a bummer. I'm looking forward to seeing what Margaritaville at Sea has to offer, and I don't think there could have been anybody else better to show it than my friend John at The Ship Show. I tell you what, just like Kerouac said, the only people for me are the mad ones, and the folks at The Ship Show certainly fit that category. So I'll leave a link to John's channel below. Check that out. See if that's your cup of tea. But yeah, no Jimmy Buffett right now. I guess they gotta wait a couple weeks. Man, hopefully the supply chain straighten itself out, and come Monday, May the 15th, it'll be all right, because that cruise will be into its second day. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Am I right? Okay, I'm done with the Jimmy Buffett jokes. Boom, that's your cruise news. Please leave a comment below about any and all of these things. Thank you so much for checking out the show today. Please hit the like button. And look, unfortunately, if you do not hit the like button, I've been bestowed by the universe as a punisher of non-like button hitters. Please hit the like button, or on your next cruise, you're going to get stuck in an elevator, and the only thing that it will be playing is Cheeseburger in Paradise. 4 hours in an elevator with Cheeseburger in Paradise. I don't even know how that song goes still. All right. Thank you so much. My name's Tony for Lido, Loca. And until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye. Country road, take me home to the place where I belong, West Virginia.